We don't hate kids, it's bad parents that we can't stand. Some iteration of that comment has been left repeatedly on my videos lately. And I get it, it's really easy to hate on parents, especially in public. It feels kind of good, actually, to smugly judge somebody else and say, ha, I could do that better than they could. I think there's also an element there of us projecting because of bad parenting that we were subjected to. We see one interaction between a parent and a child in public, and we presume that person is a bad parent when we know nothing about their kid's needs. And oftentimes we're seeing parents who are more than ever interested in raising healthy, well-adjusted kids rather than having obedience or good behavior out of their kid in the moment. We have parents who are thinking far more about the long game than about how you perceive them, because it's about their kids' well-being, not about them and their ego. And obviously there's an element of misogyny here, right? Because the vast majority of caregivers of small children in public are women. And it is always trendy to shit on moms, to judge women. No matter what they do, we can't do it right. We are judged because of our children's behavior, even though our children are separate people from us. We're either too lax and we must be permissive because we're not being strict enough for strangers. Or maybe you see us at a moment when we're at the end of our rope and we're not having the best parenting we could, because we're all humans. There's one other thing here that I think is important to remember. If you are willing to understand and accept the reality that kids are new at being people, they are often experiencing things for the first time, and it can be really overwhelming and overloading for them. That they are in a developmental stage they've never been in before. Then you can understand that moms are also new at being parents. Every first time mom, that's her first time having a baby. Then it's her first time having a toddler. Then it's her first time having a preschooler, all the way up until it's her first time having a teenager. I know for me, as the parent of 4 kids, it was exponentially harder the first time around than the 4th time around, because I had yet to build those skills and yet to go through those experiences. I was new at being a parent. My comment here, I'll never forget when my oldest was a baby and I was struggling, and my La Leche League leader said, it's her first time being a baby and it's your first time being a parent. You're both figuring it out as you go. And I think that is especially true in a culture where a lot of us did not have good connected relationships with our parents. We didn't have good models for how parenting should be. We had not built those skills throughout our childhood. We didn't have strong examples, and we're often parenting alone because we've really lost the village. And we don't get opportunities to make mistakes in public and be learning as we go, because we are judged harshly by everybody for every perceived misstep. And I think it's important when we see moms out in public and that interaction with their kid or their kid's behavior separate from the parent is not what you would like or would expect. To have some measure of grace and realize how isolated parents are, how little support we have gotten in building skills, and how many of us are desperately trying to figure it out as we go.